Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another movie theory video. As usual, every weekend I do a movie theory, part of my ongoing series. So yeah, in this one we're going to be looking at a Marvel theory. Basically, is Stan Lee Yutawu the Watcher? So yeah, this one is very extensive. Um, so yeah, basically, just to give you a quick background as to who is Yadawu the Watcher. He he's basically the he's basically like the guardian angel of the whole universe in a sense. In a sense, he basically protects all the universe. Thing is that he's also an intergalactical being, or intergalactical alien person who also travels from different dimensions. Okay, so yeah, now this theory spans from the X-Men universe, the Spider-Man universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Captain America, and Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, and most recently Ms. Marvel, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Inhumans, etc. It also spans into Fantastic Four, Big Hero 6, Daredevil, the Phineas and Ferb Marvel event, the Ang Lee Hulk, the Hulk TV show from the 1980s, the Trial of the Incredible Hulk movie from the 1980s, the animated series of Spider-Man and His Friends, the Hulk animated series, the Spider-Man animated series, the Spectacular Spider-Man animated series, and as well as the Marvel Superhero Squad video game, the Marvel Ultimate 2 Alliance video game, the Black Panther animated series, which was like a one-shot thing, the Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, the Marvel Heroes video game, the Lego Marvel Superhero Maximum Overload TV show, Agents of Shield, Avengers Assemble animated series, Hulk and the Agents of Smash animated series, Ultimate Spider-Man animated series, and the Marvel comic books. So yeah, it's very extensive. Now, basically, what's this theory about? Basically, it says that for those who know Stan Lee, who watch any like Marvel movies, he pops up. He pops up in cameos. You see him every time. From time to time. In as different characters. Usually a bystander, of what's going on. The only one I could tell from all this, the only Marvel product that doesn't seem to affect is the Blade Trinity series, or which is I believe is which is three movies on the Blade series from the 1990s to the early 2000s. That's the only series or Marvel thing that doesn't seem to be heavily affected. Um, okay, so let me point that out. Okay, so basically it states that Stan Lee is Yutawo the Watcher. Basically, as I said before, the Watcher is an intergalactic being who could travel from dimension to dimension, and basically protects he protects everyone from being in disasters. He protects civilians and whatnot, superheroes as well. Such as Hulk, Spider-Man, Captain America, and people such as Wolverine and Magneto. He protects them from getting hurt severely, and yeah, it's hard to explain because superheroes, so they are gonna get hurt severely in some extent, but they try to protect people who aren't an immediate threat. I guess you could say, like, people who shouldn't be affected that much. So random bystanders or extras, as movie terms would go. So he's trying to protect extras. So yeah, basically he's supposed to protect Earth. He's a protector of Earth. Now people have this idea that he is Yutawo the Watcher due to his many cameos. Because he's always seen as different characters in different movies. For example, he was a bystander in the Spider-Man 2 movie, I believe. Yeah, Spider-Man 2. He saved a girl, I believe. He was also a hot dog vendor in the first X-Men movie, and he was also the person who drank a soda in the Hulk movie for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, just to give you an idea of what these universes are. So it says that there are a bunch of different universes, most significantly the Marvel Comics universe, which even after that, that's split into like 50 different universes. But the main one, Ultimate whatever, there's because that's what just not the original one, and there's Ultimate, and there's Superior, so there's different. There's also the Marvel Cinematic Universe, X-Men universe, Spider-Man universe, the original Fantastic Four universe, and now the Big Hero 6 universe, the Daredevil universe, whatever. So yeah, it spans through a lot of universes. Now, the role of the Watcher is that he protects the people, but he shouldn't be interfering with anyone directly. But Stan Lee, as you could tell, when there is danger, most significantly, I can remember in Spider-Man 2, he saved a person or a little girl from being crushed from the rocks that Goblin blew up from the balcony above. He saved that little girl. Now, Yutaro, or the Watcher, whatever, he he technically he shouldn't interfere with how the role of nature in the universe should go. He shouldn't be interfering. But Yutaro wanted to make contact with humans. He interferes a lot, which would make sense for the roles in Yutaro. He also shouldn't be speaking to any of the main characters, the superheroes, but he does speak to them. For example, in Spider-Man 3, I believe, from the original trilogy, he says something about great power comes great responsibility, and then Stan Lee's famous line, "Nuff said." So yeah, just a trademark line of Stan Lee, "Nuff said." So yeah, so technically he also shouldn't be talking to anybody. So yeah, so it's a pretty crazy theory. Not the best supported theory in my opinion, but it's pretty good, pretty good. There are some counter arguments to it to begin with, that in Fantastic Four, the original franchise, and also in Big Hero 6, he was actually characters in the Marvel comics. He was actually different characters. For example, in Fantastic Four, he was a mailman. He was a mailman that was seen often in the comics. And in Big Hero 6, he was a father of one of the main characters. So yeah, spoilers for Big Hero 6, minor. We do see Stan Lee twice in the movie, so yeah, not exactly, but just wanted to point it out because it is out right now in theaters. So yeah, so for Fantastic Four and Big Hero 6, I don't know if it makes a lot of sense considering those are mainstay characters within each of their comics continuity and within the comics. But for the other ones, it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense. So I mean, it's just a fun theory. Nothing really. It doesn't really hold a lot. It's not like a real theory it's not really a hardcore theory. It's just a theory more for fun. So take it as it is. Again, it's not a real theory. Well, it is, but it's not a. But the counter arguments against it is like kind of. It's one of those things that's like a 50-50 chance. Really, aside from the fact that within two of the movies, he was an actual mainstay character within their comic continuity. Also the fact that Stan Lee doesn't really look like anything like the Watcher in the comics. The Watcher in the comics, he's big, has big eyes. He's actually small, but in intergalactic size, he's like immense, huge, big. But technically, he's considered small. He has these big glowing eyes, and he has a big bald head. And when I mean bald head, it's kind of one of those things that kind of ovals up, like we see in Alien movies. So yeah, sometimes he does, sometimes it's just a big round head, but it's always bald. And Stan Lee, he has a mustache. He used to have a beard, and he has a lot of hair, and he's well into his 90s. Well, he's like 92. Not that, that has anything to do with it, but I'm just saying. So yeah. Now, some do say that the image of Stan Lee is just really a disguise that Yutaro is using, which the Watcher, which is an actual alien race, they do use disguises from time to time. So it does make sense in some capacity. But yeah, but one of the things that many people point out, which is I think one of the more significant things, is that even though Yutaro, or the Watcher, whatever, even though he is an intergalactic being, his sector is within Earth, so technically he can't really escape Earth's atmosphere. So that's why some people found it weird that in Guardians of the Galaxy he was flirting with an intergalactic being. Now it's possible that he at that time he was sent to protect Peter Quill, who is a Terrian, who is half Terrian, which means he is half Earth. No, he is partially from Earth, which makes sense. But then again, I don't know a lot behind the Watchers mythology and rules, so it could make sense, can or not. But it's a pretty interesting theory. It just connects the whole all Marvel franchises except for maybe Blade, the movie versions of Blade, maybe. We connect like 90% of all Marvel stuff more together, which makes sense. You know, even if you can't have a complete cohesive shared universe, you could have them, you know, in a intergalactic multiverse type of thing, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I am gonna leave a link down below for those who want to check this, check it a bit more in detail. Um, so yeah, besides that, you know, like the videos, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, comic book reviews, and every weekend I do a movie theory, so definitely do stay tuned for that. Comment down below on your thoughts on the video and the theory as a whole. Again, link down below. Like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. That's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.